You are not alone in the quiet that comes before sleep. Many nights feel loud in your head. Thoughts replay the day like a small, stubborn movie. You worry about what you did wrong. You worry about what might happen tomorrow. You may believe anxiety is a signal of failure. You might think it shows weakness, but often you are simply tired and tense. Your heart is carrying more than your arms can hold. It is easy to mistake fear for truth. It is easy to think your thoughts must be trusted. The mind can tell convincing lies. It tells you that you are alone in your struggle. It tells you that rest is for other people. It makes small things seem huge. It can paint the future with dark colors. You may feel shame about needing rest. You may think faith requires perfect calm. Yet people of faith still felt fear. Yet they asked hard questions in the night. Why is this happening? They asked. They wanted clear answers. They wanted to be told when the storm would end. But sometimes answers do not come in the way we want. Sometimes peace comes in steps. It comes like a slow hand on your shoulder. It comes in small breaths. You might be holding tight to your day, like a child with a favorite toy. Letting go feels risky, but letting go is not losing control forever. It is giving one night back to God. You do not have to fix everything before you sleep. There is tender space to lay down the heavy bags. Your body needs rest to think clearly again. Your soul needs quiet to remember truth. You are allowed to be imperfect. You are allowed to be human. You may have misunderstood your anxiety as a final verdict. It is not. It is a signpost showing a place to care for yourself. You may have mistaken busyness for bravery. Being busy can hide feelings like a blanket over a child. The blanket keeps the child warm, but also hides their face. You can gently lift that blanket tonight. You can notice the feelings without being overwhelmed by them. You can name fears softly out loud or in your mind. Naming makes fear smaller. Saying one thing at a time helps. You can breathe slow and simple. You can tell your heart that you will face tomorrow with small steps. You do not need to carry the whole mountain tonight. You can rest with one stone set down. Psalm 13 says that sometimes even faithful people ask how long they will feel sorrow. That psalm shows us a person honest about pain and longing. It helps you know you are not a lone voice crying into the dark. Yeah, and the psalm teaches that honesty is okay. It shows that you can bring your raw heart to God without hiding. You do not need polished words. You can be honest and still trust God. As you begin to slow down, give your heart permission to be honest. Tell God about the small worries biting at your mind. Tell God about the mistakes you replay. Tell God about the fear of tomorrow. You can use very simple words. You do not need fancy prayers. You can speak like a child or like a tired friend. Take one breath now. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Imagine holding your thoughts like leaves on water. Watch each thought float by without chasing it. Picture a quiet room where light filters soft and kind. Picture your heartbeat slowing like rain tapping on a window. You do not have to fix everything tonight, yet you only need to return to God with what you have. Let the truth settle that it is okay to need help. It is okay to seek comfort. You are not disappointing God when you rest. Rest is part of how God made you. It is part of how God loves you back to health. Slowly, as you breathe, feel the tension loosen. You do not need to hurry this mercy. Stay with the honest feelings a little while. Let the truth of your need move you gently toward prayer. When you are ready, let your next breath become a short prayer. You can say a small phrase like, "Help me," or "I trust you." The night can begin to carry hope along with its quiet. You may wonder if hard things change anything for the better. Pain can feel pointless at first, but growth often hides behind sharp edges. Your longest lessons usually come from nights of struggle. That growth is not always loud or clean. It can feel slow and awkward, like a seed under cold soil. It waits and then pushes green through darkness. Hard times train you to notice small mercies. They open your hands to hold what matters more gently. When you struggle, you learn your limits. You learn how to ask for help. You learn to name the names who stand with you. Suffering can teach you to walk more slowly. It teaches you to breathe more deeply. It teaches you to listen for God's small, kind nudges. You start to see light in narrow places. You begin to find rhythm in your routine again. You may learn to guard your mind like you would guard a small flame. The flame needs shelter from the wind. Your attention is that shelter. You choose what to feed it. You can feed soothing thoughts tonight. Let a few good truths warm your thinking. Imagine your life as a garden. The storm may knock down a few stems, but it also clears space for new growth. Some roots deepen when the soil is moved. You can choose to let the difficulty be a teacher. You can ask what it wants to show you. Maybe it asks you to slow down. Maybe it asks you to forgive someone or yourself. Maybe it nudges you to change a small habit. Small changes build steady trust. They are like bricks in a quiet wall of protection. You do not have to fix everything at once. You can pick one small change to start tomorrow. Practice is how growth becomes real. The next time anxiety comes, you will have a tiny skill to use. That skill will help you breathe and step through the moment. Psalm 23 says, "That God walks with us through dark valleys and leads us to quiet places to rest." And the psalm uses the image of a shepherd guiding and caring. It helps you imagine God near in your night. Imagine a shepherd's steady hand on your shoulder. Imagine a soft place to lie down by cool water. This is not a magic trick. It is a promise that you are not abandoned. You are being led gently, even when you do not see the path. Let that image sit in your mind like a warm blanket. Think of one small act of care you can do for yourself tomorrow. It could be a short walk, a cup of tea, or a moment on the porch. These small acts matter. They are how the shepherd tends you. Tonight, as you lie down, let the shepherd's presence calm your breath. Let the thought of being guided make your shoulders relax. Ask God for one small step you can take in the morning. Sleep will be easier when you know you have a next move. Growth happens in small, steady ways while you sleep and when you wake. There is a simple truth that stands firm when worry shakes you. God is close, even when your feelings shout otherwise. You can hold truth like a candle in your hand. The candle does not push away the wind, but it gives enough light to see the next step. The Bible gives clear promises that can steady your heart. Truth is not the same as suspicion. It is slow and sure. It does not demand you perform perfectly. It invites you to rely on what is true about God. Start with small, clear ideas. God knows your name. God hears your silent prayers. God cares about the small honours of your life. God will be faithful again tomorrow. Keep these truths simple tonight. Do not pile them with complicated arguments. Repeat them like a short song. Let the truth sink in slowly. Perseverance is another gentle truth. It means staying with small practices over time. It is like walking a familiar path until your feet know it by memory. Perseverance does not mean never failing. It means getting up and taking the next small step. Your life is not judged by one anxious night. It is shaped by many tiny returns to God. You build trust by practicing simple habits. You can breathe slowly as a habit. You can say a short phrase like, "I am safe enough tonight," as a habit. You can open a small book of prayers and read one line each night. Over time, these little acts change you. They make your heart quieter. They teach your body how to rest. You do not have to be perfect. You only need to be persistent. Hold a firm but kind grip on the truth that God is with you. As Psalm 46 says, that God is a refuge and a strong help in hard times. This psalm gives the picture of a safe place in the storm. It helps you remember that trouble does not have the final word. You can face wind and waves knowing someone steadies you. Let that truth sink slowly into your bones. When the mind tells frightening stories, bring back a simple fact. You are not alone. Say it quietly. Let it move your breathing and calm your limbs. Practice staying with truth, one breath at a time. If your thoughts rush, name 3 things in the room to ground yourself. Keep your routine small and steady. Light a small lamp or candle when you pray. The warmth reminds your body of safety. Be kind to yourself when you fail to stay steady. Gently return to the habit. Perseverance grows with compassion for yourself. May keep choosing the next small step. Over time, the path will become easier to walk. The steady light of God's truth will guide you even in the darkest moments. There is a gentle warning to keep in mind when anxiety grows loud. Some things can pull you away from peace. Worry can become a taskmaster. It can push you into habits that harm your rest. You might find yourself checking devices late at night. You might replay painful memories over and over. You might try to silence fear with busy thoughts. Those fixes do not help in the long run. They keep you awake and restless. Some comforts can become shallow and empty. They mask the real need beneath. This is not a reason to feel guilty. It is a call to refocus. Think of a child with a bandage on a knee. The bandage can hide the wound but not heal it. And the child needs gentle cleaning and real care. Anxiety needs the same kind of honest tending. You may also face choices that take you away from the real source of peace. The world offers many short-term fixes. They sparkle but do not satisfy. They wear thin when the night grows long. The better path is to fix your eyes on the true source of strength. In the Christian life, that source is Jesus. He is not a distant rule maker. He is a kind, living person who draws near. Turning toward Jesus means letting go of quick, empty comforts. It means choosing to hand your worry to someone who holds you. The shift is not about trying harder alone. It is about moving your focus to the one who welcomes your rest. You are invited to come as you are, not as you should be. There is no need to polish your fears before you bring them. You do not have to hide the messy parts. Jesus meets you in the middle of your mess. He walks with people who are tired and anxious. He offers rest to weary souls without shame. This is the loving center of all true change. Psalm 51 says that when people are honest about their failures, God meets them with mercy and cleanses their hearts. The psalm shows shame turned into hope through confession and return. It helps you understand that coming to God honestly matters more than pretending to be fine. Tonight, let that truth shape your actions. If you have small habits that steal your sleep, consider changing one. Replace a late check of your phone with reading one short paragraph that comforts you. Replace a replaying of worries with naming 3 things you are grateful for. If you notice shame, speak it softly before God, and He does not scold. He opens a hand to lift you. Ask for gentle help to turn away from empty fixes and toward lasting care. You do not have to do this alone. Let your next act be turning your eyes toward Jesus, even if it's just for one breath. That focus will guide the rest of your night. The refining work of God is often slow and kind. When life presses hard, God can use those pressures to shape you. Refining is like a craftsman with a stone. The stone rubs away rough edges. It leaves something stronger and smoother behind. This process can feel uncomfortable, but it also brings beauty that would not otherwise grow. God may let trials test your faith. These moments show what you truly treasure. They also offer a chance to become more like the person you hope to be. In the dark, small things become clearer, yet you learn who and what you can trust. You learn where strength really comes from. The refining process includes both letting go and receiving help. It asks you to give up some heavy things. It asks you to pick up lighter tools of trust. Picture a potter at a wheel. The clay spins while the potter works carefully by hand. The shaping looks messy at first. Then a shape appears. You are that clay. God is the potter, shaping with love. You might worry this shaping will break you. But God does not throw away the clay. God builds gently. You may also see refinement like a forest after a fire. New shoots come up tender but full of life. Even when the past feels scorched, new growth follows. You have hope for renewal. You are not stuck as you are tonight. The refining brings closer friendship with God. Yes, it deepens trust that will steady your nights. It makes your rest more secure over time. Let this refine your sleep. Choose small acts of trust to repeat. One simple step is to write down one fear. Put it on paper and hand it to God in prayer. Another step is to identify one kind action to do for someone tomorrow. Practice brings change. As you let God work, you will notice small shifts in your heart. You will feel more resilient. You will find peace arriving like a slow tide. Psalm 66 says that God tests us like metal is tested and then brings us through to a place of praise. The psalm pictures a refining that leads to deeper gratefulness. It helps you see testing as part of growth rather than punishment. This thought can calm your fear and give you patience. Tonight, as you lay down, imagine God working gently in your life. Picture the rough edges turning smooth. Ask God to show you one small lesson from today. Ask for grace to accept the shaping. End this moment with a breath of trust. Let hope rest in your chest like a small ember waiting to grow. Now let us come together in a night prayer that carries your heart gently to rest. You do not need many words. You can pray simply and honestly. God hears the quiet language of your heart. Start by naming your fatigue. Say to God, I am tired and afraid. Tell God the small worries that keep you awake. You can say, I am worried about tomorrow, about money, about relationships, or about my health. Speak them plainly. Ask God for help the way you would ask a friend for a hand. Say, please help me carry this tonight. Ask God to take what is too heavy for you. You can say, help me put this down for now. Invite God to watch over your sleep. Ask for rest that heals. You can pray for calm in your thoughts. Say, calm my mind and keep my heart steady. If guilt or shame visits, bring it to God. Ask for mercy. with the same openness you would bring to a caring parent. Say, I am sorry for what I did, and I need your mercy. Trust that God is gentle with your mistakes. Ask for protection from anxious spirals. Say, guard my mind from worries that spin and trap me. Ask God to show you one small step to take tomorrow. Say, give me one simple thing I can do to help tomorrow go steadier. Invite the Holy Spirit to breathe rest into your body. Say, breathe your peace into me now. Picture a warm hand on your shoulder. Picture quiet light around your bed. Hold the promise of protection in your mind. What Psalm 91 says, that those who trust God find shelter and are kept safe through the night. The psalm paints a picture of a protective presence at all hours. Let that picture settle like a soft shawl over your shoulders. Now offer praise for what is true. Say, thank you for listening and for staying with me. Give thanks for small mercies you glimpsed today. Gratitude shifts the heart toward hope. Finally, ask for deep sleep and renewal. Say, grant me rest to repair my body and mind. Ask for peaceful dreams that do not terrify. Ask for courage for the morning. Close with a short, simple trust phrase, like, I rest in you, or I trust you with tonight. Breathe slowly 3 times. With each breath, let your body feel heavier and calmer. You are held by a loving God who is patient and kind. You are allowed to sleep. You are allowed to be renewed. Rest now, knowing you will wake with small strengths you did not have before. Amen.